Singing can be so vulnerable. I'm struggling to help this absolutely giant 40-year-old man by playing the notes on the piano, but he's not within 100 miles of the note. Immediately after him, this tiny little 12-year-old girl is absolutely crushing her songs, but she just has the tiniest little crack when she sings up to a high note. They couldn't be further apart in skill, but for the first time in my life, I realized that as their vocal coach, I have the tools to help both of them get to the next level and improve their voices. Let's go. 10 years ago, I had quit my job as a waiter to become a full-time vocal coach. The problem is that even though I have some great students, I don't have nearly enough to support me full-time. With $1,000 left in my bank account, I asked some of my fellow vocal coaches how they're able to find their students. One tells me that he ran a very successful promotion with an online coupon company. So I decided to run one myself. Sure, I'll take a little pay cut, but hopefully I bring on enough students with the deal and they like working with me enough that they'll stick around. I had no idea what I was getting into. When I call the promotional coupon company, they tell me that if I want a lot of students, then I'll have to charge way less than the $40 an hour that I'm charging now. But I take their advice and I do this crazy deal where I'm making like $10 an hour. That night, I go to bed praying that I get enough students that I don't have to go back to my job waiting tables. A week later, I sell 200 of these coupons for lessons. At first, I'm incredibly excited. Finally, I've got plenty of students. But then I do the math. These coupons aren't for just one voice lesson, they're for months of lessons. That means I'm going to be teaching hundreds and hundreds of students for $10 an hour. Overnight, the coupon site starts to promote my deal more and more because it's getting traction. Once I sell 250, I frantically call the company and tell them, please take the deal down. Last week, I was working with 12 students. This week, I have 50, with more coming in all the time. But while many of the people that purchased this coupon were singers that were desperately looking for a good vocal coach, many of them are just people who saw a good deal and thought, hey, I'll try that out. Wives are calling to see if they can buy voice lessons for their husband as a wedding gift. Parents are seeing if they can get voice lessons for their children who have never sung before. All of a sudden, I'm the most popular vocal coach in town, making peanuts, and the people I'm working with are all across the board in terms of their skill and talent. There's the psychic that comes in every week to sing incantations better. Then there's the mechanic who loves to sing disco. There's a middle-aged woman from Louisiana that loves to sing Zydeco. But there are also singers from all ages that have absolutely phenomenal voices. I'm truly blessed to be working with them all. However, every singer is at a completely different level and brings in completely different music. The disco mechanic can't sing within a mile of the pitch, but the 12-year-old whose mom saw my deal online is absolutely astounding. How am I supposed to work with all these different kinds of singers and elevate them to the next level? So I start to create a system. I realize that there are many levels of skills that are required to become a better singer. Thanks to my own vocal training, I know that it doesn't matter at all if you can hit high notes if they're off pitch. Being able to sing on pitch is the prerequisite to being able to sing high notes. At the same time, nobody cares if you can sing on pitch if your voice sounds too nasal. So I create what I now call the perfect performance pyramid. First off, I know there's no such thing as perfection. But if there was, how would a student get there? Well, before anything, a singer needs to be able to sing on pitch and in rhythm. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Then they can discover the different ranges of their voice, what we call the chest voice, or the bottom part of the voice. Ga, 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 ga. And the head voice, the top part of the voice. Then, once they've found those, they can learn to combine those voices together to create their mixed voice. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. And once they find their mixed voice, then we can start to layer in cool vocal effects like vibrato, sustains, and relaxation. Finally, once they've mastered all these skills, we can start to uncover their true and their unique voice. What I love about this pyramid is that no matter what level you're at, there's always room for improvement. I also love that there's always another step to work on. Even if you're a total beginner, maybe we need to start working on your pitch. Or if you're an incredibly advanced singer, maybe we need to help you learn how to relax into those top pitches a little bit better. For the mechanic that loves disco but can't sing on pitch, that's where we start. But for the 12-year-old girl that's already belting Adele, we have to approach it differently because she's kind of straining and she's screeching a little bit to get up to those higher notes. So learning how to get her larynx to relax is the step that we need to work on. Every student is completely different. And even though I'm teaching 12-hour days thanks to the stupid coupon, I'm able to immediately assess where a singer is at and give them exercises to help them get to the next level. While many of these wonderful people stayed in my life as students, many of them didn't. And what really hits me hard about that is I think it shows just how difficult it is for people to really get vulnerable and put themselves out there when it comes to something as really scary as singing. But no matter where they are in their journey, I'm ready for them. As a singer, understanding where you get stuck is incredibly important. As a vocal coach that's taught over 1,000 students of all levels, from bros to pros, knowing what's holding you back is key and the number one step in being able to fix it. Right after enrolling in Master Your Voice, you'll immediately get a vocal assessment from a 5-star rated vocal coach, not only telling you where you are and what's holding you back, but what the next steps are in order to fix it. Click here to get started right now and master your voice.